my channel, and today we're going to be talking about the secret life of an American teenager. This is my first video and I'm excited to talk about this. I've been watching this show since I was about 13, and this show, it can get pretty wild sometimes. So it's kind of cool to watch it from the perspective of being 13 all the way up to being now 21 years old. And you know, as you grow, your mind matures. So it's still pretty interesting though. Even 13-year-old me had some taste. So get comfortable, grab some popcorn, get your drink, and let's go. Today, we're going to be talking about the first 2 episodes of the show. Episode 1, we are introduced to sweet Amy Juergens. And right away we can tell something is wrong, but we don't know what it is just yet. Then boom, the microwave clicks and it's revealed. She's pregnant. The way she's staring at that pregnancy test, girl, same. I probably reacted the same way. I probably been in the bathroom throwing up crying if it was me, personally. Then she goes to school where we're introduced to her 2 best friends, Madison and Lauren. Side note, these girls ain't really her friends, but we're gonna get into that a little later. She tells them the news that she's had Devil's Tango with the school's playboy, Ricky. Now Ricky, he a hot mess right now, but he's a work in progress, so yeah, but right now we're gonna focus on who he is as a person in this moment. This man is quite literally cracking anything with a hoo-ha that comes his way. And that's with him having a girlfriend. Well, she's not really his girlfriend, she's more like a booty call. Miss Adrian Lee, his formidable opponent. These 2 are the literal epitome of money bags, yo, own what you own. They get invited to a post-game celebration by Grace Bowman, the school's Christian poster girl. Grace is also one of the most popular girls in school because of her looks and her low-key pushy ways of being a Christian. She then catches the eye of our season 1 good guy, Ben Boykovich. Now Ben is a 14-year-old pent-up little prince who's trying to get his little cherry popped. And he had his eyes set on none other than Miss Grace Bowman. That is for right now. So him and his best friends, Henry and Alice, come up with a plan to plot on some unexpected girl because he's not ready for Miss Grace Bowman yet. And lo and behold, he chooses Amy. So Ben makes a bet with Henry and Alice that he could get Amy because she might be desperate enough to go out with him. First of all, stop playing on Amy top. She's Little Miss Sweet Amy Juergens. Yeah. The bet is set. Amy tells her 2 best friends that she's pregnant after a really bad, should we say, encounter. They try to convince her that maybe it's all a dream because it was really bad and lasted 2 seconds. This had me hollering low key because 2 seconds? Come on now, Ricky. Yeah. Amy runs into Ricky in the hallway while he's flirting with Grace Bowman, and Ben attempts to make his first contact with his target. And she walks right past him. Just like that, he's hooked. She walks up to Ricky and he speaks to her and mentions their illustrious night together. And then cringingly moves her hair out the way, trying to look cute, but when you really look like an ass. Amy was over here. She's friends aren't fully convinced, so they make her take a couple more tests just to confirm it's true. While we wait on the results, we're introduced to Grace Bowman's boyfriend, Jack. Jack is the preacher's son and was set up by Grace's parents because they believed that this would be a match made in heaven. Shocker, shocker. Jack is a teenage boy trying to convince his girlfriend to break the promise ring her parents literally just got. aka a purity ring. He tries to convince her that you can trust me. I'm a Christian, you're a Christian, we're young, God will understand. Grace, so sweet and naive, she's not really picking up on this man's urgency and asking her questions like, well, when do you think you'll be ready? How many years for this? How many years for that? And she's honest and realistic about her plans, and you could just see him pee his pants just a little bit. That man's face was, huh? Picked up. It's so funny seeing him trying to find a loophole to get some play. Like, baby, let it go. She ain't going for it. Okay? Okay. She walks off, and in comes Adrian, Ricky's evil twin. Just a note, you'll start to see with Adrian, it's a recurring theme. If you happen to do something to her, even if you weren't intentionally trying to step on her toes or to hurt her, she's just gonna get her get back. It doesn't matter in what situation. He has to stay back and talk to her about how he's not getting any play. And she says, just with her eyes, I can help you with that. Run, nigga, run! Run, run. We get back to Ben trying to get into Amy's life by getting in the band. He cons his way into her class by telling his counselor the truth. The counselor should have told him that he was wrong and creepy, but whatever. We get back to the bathroom and it's true. Amy's pregnant. Lauren tries to convince her to go to the doctor, and Madison wants her to lie and not tell anybody. We go to Amy's house and her father, George, mother Ann, and little sister Ashley are all having dinner. And honestly, the first time I watched this at 13, I personally thought that they were saying sex way too much. Like, okay, we get it. It made me a little uncomfortable, but we're grown now. Let's talk about it. Amy's at the table looking sick, knowing that she did the devil's tango, while her dad sits there and berates them about why they won't be having sex anytime soon. Later in the episode, we are in a therapy session with Ricky, our perceived bad boy, and learn why he engages in the activities that he does. Ricky opened up about how he feels used and abandoned by his father. We found out that he was sexually abused, and that has made him feel like he needs to get all these girls to feel like a man to fight against his father's sick issues. Then we get a small clip of Ricky trying to get close yet again to the Christian girl at the school, Grace. But, how did he even get her number? Yeah, let's add a slight stalking to that list just a little bit. Just a little bit. After the big game, we go to the post-game celebration where everyone is having a good time, and then Grace's brother Tom screams. Everyone floods out of the gym, and what do we see? Jax flies down, and Adrian and him were kissing. Baby, we know what y'all were doing. The dance, and Ben has somehow gotten Amy to agree to go with him. And Ben, who was once chasing her purely to get his cherry popped, has now fallen in love. Then her friends are so insane. They basically told her to get Ben to sleep with her so that she could lie and say the baby was his, and so that they can get married because he's rich. Wait a damn minute. What? You're 14. Are y'all dumb? And they were so serious. We end the episode with Ben and Amy dancing the night away and Amy crying on his shoulder as she accepts her new reality. We come back episode 2 with Ben and Amy totally smitten with each other, Jack and Grace fighting about last night's events, and Ricky and Adrian being shady towards each other because of Adrian's antics. Amy still hasn't told her parents about the baby, and her best friends immediately got her business out there. They say out loud that Amy had sex with Ricky, and of course Ben's best friend Alice and Henry just happened to be walking by at the exact moment. And now their rumor is out there. Ricky and Amy have their first real conversation, and it's mostly Ricky trying to get in her business like, why are you with Ben? He's not her type. She's telling him like, dude, I'm seeing someone, I'm not interested, and he throws a fit basically saying, who are you to not be interested in me?
All of you!
Daddy, chill.
What the hell is even that?
Like, okay, bro, cocky much? Relax. Tyler Posey knockoff wannabe. I'm just playing Ricky kind of fine just a little bit. Just a little bit. Adrian sees this and of course goes over there trying to be a pick-me just by saying stuff like, you're gonna forgive me. What do you see in her? She's just a child. And Ricky's not going for her. Her kissing Jack in front of everybody has turned him away. Why are they talking in the middle of the hallway, dude? Everybody is gonna hear your business. TV land. Yeah, everyone can hear you. Stop kissing and telling. Amy goes to talk to her friend. They're still trying to convince her, you need to talk to your parents. And Ricky comes over and confront her about not wanting to remember that happened that night. Baby, if I was you, I wouldn't want to be remembering that either. 2-second man. I feel for her, I do. Because imagine getting you pregnant your first time. It lasted 2 seconds and it was whack. Hell, I'd be crying and trying to forget this shit myself. We get to Grace in the counselor's office, calling in sick and for her mom to come and get her. Because after the events, what happened with Jack and Adrian, she couldn't show her face at school. She baby girl was going through there. And so she tries to blame herself for everything, saying, it's my fault. I mean, look at her. What guy wouldn't want to get with her? And all I gotta say is, for my young viewers out there, if somebody wants to do something, they're gonna do that. It has nothing to do with you or who you are as a person. People are in control of themselves. Don't take responsibility for anybody else's actions. As she was talking to her mom, this dumbass walks in with his fly unzipped, asking her, are you okay? What do you think?
Boy!
Out. Him and Adrian meets face to face and she zips up his pants in front of everyone to show Ricky she don't give a fuck what anybody is thinking. Adrian reveals that she did it because Ricky stood her up, which he didn't. He was at therapy, but he didn't want to tell her that because he's Ricky and he wasn't comfortable sharing all that just yet. You're soon going to learn that everybody in this school can be very messy at times, and it could be very infuriating. This is just the tip of the iceberg. At the Boykovich house, we have Alice and Henry over to visit Ben to talk about his dead mother and Amy's old extracurricular activities, let's call it, with the band drama. Ben is already talking about starting a family band with her, getting married, and having more kids. It's like, whoa, brother, you're 15. Relax. So they break the news to Ben that Amy and Ricky in fact do have a history together, and he gets all worried and defensive that his friends are wrong and makes yet another bet with Henry that she didn't sleep with Ricky. Ben isn't the only one who's feeling intimidated. Adrian confronts Amy at the school, trying to get in her head, saying stuff like, I hope you know what you're doing, and trying to test Amy to get some information out of her. See if her and Ricky has something going on. Saying stuff like, I'm not interested in somebody else's boyfriend. Fact check, that's a lie, bitch. You just did something with Jack, which was Grace's boyfriend. Yeah. Same time she's being confronted by Adrian, Ben calls her asking about the same rumors. My girl just can't catch a break. Why is y'all in her business? At this point, Amy is fed up. She goes to confront Ricky and he acts all clueless like he ain't been going around telling everybody their business. On top of her best friends doing the same thing. We get to the Bowman house where Jack shows up to harass Grace some more. And he's then confronted by her dad. After her dad sends him off, Grace is upset because he's trying to keep her away from her cheating ex. And being a former teenager, baby girl, I get it. We don't know better and we don't like to think or admit that our parents know just a little bit more than we do. And honestly, I think that made her want him even more. He's trying to talk to her like, baby girl, this man humiliated you in front of the entire school. You don't need that. But she's not trying to hit it. At his house, Ben calls Amy again and she asks him, who did you hear this rumor from? And he just wants to forget he said anything about it at all. Because he loves her. And Amy, this girl had me hollering. She said, we had one date. That shit had me screaming. That was me when the guy I barely knew told me that he loved me. I ghosted him the next day so fast. Like, nah, baby, I'ma fuck with you. She clearly wasn't comfortable saying it back, but she did. Honestly, these two are so cute. I can't even deny it. Like, yeah, they're a little cringy, but they're cute. Ben is all like, we can start saying it all the time, like we're grown-ups. And it's like, teenage infatuation. It's all consuming. You feel like you can't live without it. If you don't talk to them for a day, you'll just die. No? Just me? I'm the only one here who had anxious attachment issues? Okay. Amy gets back to school, and after having her first trimester symptoms, her best friends finally find her and try to gaslight Amy into believing that they didn't tell anybody that she got down and dirty with Ricky. So now her best friends and her baby daddy are trying to gaslight her. These girls walk out the bathroom and run into Ben's friends again, and now they're speculating that there was more between Amy and Ricky. This episode is just filled with gaslighting because Grace goes and asks Jack if him and Adrian did anything more than kissing, and he said no. That's a bald-faced lie, baby. We seen it with our own eyes. You in 4K. Jack tries to redeem himself while still pressuring this girl into doing something while also denying that he isn't obsessed with sex. He's just like, brother, chill. Grace forgives Jack, and you can see it in his face that he's still not ready to give up sex. So I don't understand why he begged for her back, knowing he's not ready to give it up. Episode ends with Amy and Ben talking, and Ben telling her he doesn't care what happened between her and Ricky. It's not his business, and that he loves her, and they walk away hand in hand. The episode ends on a sweet note. Let's talk about it. First and foremost, Ricky, he know how to prey on the sweet types, because Amy and Grace are kind of cut from the same cloth. They're both the sweet, innocent types, and he tends to take advantage of those when he really needs to be with somebody like Adrian, because that girl, yeah, baby, that's his opponent. But they couldn't be together because they both don't really trust each other. If he do something, she do back to get back to him. If she do something, he do something to get back at her. And it's just like, what's the point of being together? So he's trying to go at the sweet little people like Amy and Grace and mess up their lives too. And Grace and Jack, like, baby, it's okay to want to do things, but Grace is not with that. You can't pressure her to do that. Don't let nobody pressure you into doing that. And if they want to go get it from somebody else, okay, you don't want to be with nobody like that anyway. They can't wait. They always got to do something. So, yeah, no. A little bit. Episode 1, it was a really good because many pilot episodes aren't really that good. But for that episode 1, it was really good. Really dramatic. A lot of drama. I liked it. And so far in season 1, obviously my favorite character is Amy. I think because I see a little bit of myself in Amy. Because in high school, I was that girl. I was the sweet, naive, quiet kind of little girl. And thankfully, I ain't do nothing in high school because people like to take advantage of them types. And stuff like this is what happens. And Ricky's not a bad guy. He just immature little boy right now. Him and Jack, they both just very immature and got some growing up to do. But they're not bad guys. That was episode 1 and 2, and all I can say is for 2 episodes, it's getting good and juicy already. I'll come back with you guys for episode 3 and 4 very soon. But until then, you have a good day. Be great. See you next time.